Hey, what's up, guys? Coach Matthew here. Super excited for y'all to hop on this training to get you started on becoming the man of God that you are supposed to be by taking care of your temple. So, what we're going to do is we're going to be going over my 3F framework. And there are exactly 4 steps that I use to process and help busy Christian dads drop 20 plus pounds without giving up the foods that they love and living in the gym. This method puts together your faith, your food, and your fitness in the proper order. So you don't just lose weight, but you actually gain purpose throughout the whole experience. So let's go ahead and dive into that framework right now. So let's start off with talking about who this is for. Specifically, if you fall into any of these categories, this is for you. This is for you if you've done keto, if you've done fasting, low carb, any of those fad diets, and you still ended up back at square one, or it wasn't sustainable for you. This is for you if you've tried tracking every single calorie and you felt like one bad meal was going to ruin your whole week's worth of process. This is for you if you want structure, but you don't feel like having to have a second full-time job just trying to keep up with all the calories. This is for you if you want to lose weight, gain energy, and feel proud when you look in the mirror every single morning when you get up, but not with vanity, but a sense of humility and being humble and being proud of what you see. This is for you, most importantly, if you want to honor God with your health without making fitness an idol, without making your body an idol. This is for you if you want to grow your spiritual life and your physical life at the exact same time and make them both stronger. And if that sounds like you, then you are in the right place. Now, let's be real. This is not for everyone. If you're hoping to hop on some type of Christian cleanse where you're going to be dropping 15 pounds in a weekend, this ain't it, Chief. All right. If you're not ready to be consistent, if you're not ready to put in the work, if you're not ready to step into the fullness and the calling that God is bringing you, or if you believe that health doesn't matter to God, then this program probably isn't going to help you all that much. The principles will, but you're going to be getting the physical side without the spiritual side. And that's all that temple training is about, is we want you to step into the fullness of who God has created you to be. And that includes your physical and your spiritual life together. All right? Look, if you're tired of excuses and you're ready for progress, I can show you a path that works without any of the extremes. Just know this. There's no shortcuts. There's no fluff. There's no gimmick. Just faith, food, fitness done right. So let's go ahead and talk about the real reason why you've struggled. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you lack willpower. You've been set up to fail by a fitness culture that says pain is progress, less is better, and your worth is tied to some type of number on a scale. They give you plans that would barely fuel a toddler and expect you to train like an athlete. It's not sustainable. They say to do all this while you're working a full-time job and raising a family? I don't think so, right? It's not realistic. It's broken. It is not sustainable. But at temple training, we flipped that script. We turned it upside down. We took what the enemy is meaning for evil in this crazy messed up culture, and we turned it to his culture, the way he designed it. Because your health journey should be sustainable, grace-filled, and built on truth. Look, you don't need another diet. You need to break free of what's actually holding you back. These are some of the real fat loss killers that helped me understand where I was at. And once I realized it, I was able to break free of this mentality that kept me trapped. One of those things that kept me trapped was this all or nothing mindset that told me if you mess up once, you might as well quit. Another thing was that if I binge restrict cycle in my eating, it keeps me trapped between my guilt and my cravings. And I felt guilty for my cravings, which led me to another thing, which was I was labeling food as good or bad instead of realizing that I've just got to learn how to eat so that I can have freedom to eat whatever I want to. Another thing is I was depending on motivation instead of discipline. And when that motivation was disappearing, I honestly would just want to quit. As soon as that motivation would disappear, the second chance that I got at wanting to take care of my body, at wanting to take care of my mind, it was out the window because I looked at my failure as the final nail in the coffin. Look, you don't fail because you're weak. You fail because you don't have a system that works when life isn't perfect. And that's exactly what I did. And this is exactly why I created this 3F framework. And it's going to help in every single way. So let's go ahead and dive into it right now. So here's the breakdown of our 3F framework. There's 4 pillars to it. The first being we're going to reframe your mindset. Because just like what the Bible says, you will be transformed through the renewing of your mind. You have to think different to become different. The second thing is to calculate your real calorie needs. If you don't know what you're intaking, then how in the world are you going to know what you're burning, what you're not burning, yada, 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 right? Number 3, follow a flexible meal structure. Very simple. And number 4, applying the 80-20 rule. So let's go ahead and start at number 1. If we look into reframing your mindset, most guys think fitness is punishment for how they've eaten. You've probably seen it a million times online. There's this one particular content creator that I love to see. He eats these crazy things and adds up all the calories that he's ate, and then he runs until he burns that amount of calories. One of the things that he ate was one of those Walmart cookies. Like for me personally, I don't like cake. I mean, I can eat it, but I don't enjoy it. But what I get for my birthday every single year is one of those Walmart cookie cakes. I absolutely love those things, but they do not love my calorie budget. They're so high in calories. If I was to eat one of those things, man, I would have to work out like so much. But like this guy eats one of those and then he practically runs for like 10, 15 hours trying to burn that many calories, right? It goes to prove that it's unrealistic for us to work out and punish ourselves for the things that we have eaten, right? We just need to learn how to eat better, which we'll get to that here in just a second whenever we talk about following a flexible meal structure. But we need to understand, we need to reframe our mind to think differently about our fitness and our food. Stop looking at fitness as the key to unlock you eating more food or eating bad food. So here's an actionable step that you can literally start today. Do this. Start asking yourself this question before every single meal. Is this helping me honor God with my body? Or is it going to hurt my body? That question can shift literally everything. Let's go on to number 2, which is going to be calculating your real calorie needs. There's lots of different people out there that are saying if you want to be in a calorie deficit, you need to eat no more than 1,200 calories a day, 1,300 calories a day, 1,400 calories a day. Look, you're not a hamster. If God wanted you to be a hamster, he would have made you a hamster. And you are created in the image of God, and he loves you, he cares for you. But this body, we got to take care of it, which means we got to understand how many calories we should be having in a day. And probably, since you're here, you're wanting to lose weight or you're wanting to put on muscle. So we need to understand, how do we calculate our calorie needs? Well, this is what you can do. Actionable step number 2, you can literally do right here and right now. Multiply your body weight by 12. That gives you a basic starting point to lose fat without starving. And the real number's more specific, but this will get you at least close in the ballpark of what you need to be aiming for, whether you're being in a calorie surplus or calorie deficit. So calculate your real calorie needs and go from today. The next pillar in our step forward in your journey is going to be this: follow a flexible meal structure. You don't need any type of new diet. You don't need some fad diet. You don't need to do the carnivore. You don't need to do keto. You don't need to do carbs only. You just need to learn how to eat. Like, if you think about it, if God wanted us to eat a certain way like that, then he would have just told us to eat a certain way. But in the New Testament, he literally tells Peter, here, kill, eat, enjoy some meat. Have some bacon, dog. Like, have some bacon. All right? Have some cow. Have a burger. Have some Five Guys. Like, God wants us to enjoy these things. Like Daniel in the Old Testament, they ate fruits and vegetables and they drank water. They understood the importance of balance, of eating the correct things. You don't need some special diet that you're only eating meat. You don't need some special diet where you're only eating plants. You need both. So, how do we put that together and start eating with intentionality? Like, we're so intentional when we're talking about taking care of our finances. We're so intentional when we're talking about, strategizing for that next business meeting. Or we're so intentional whenever heck, strategizing for a video game session, right? Like, we're so intentional about that. But are we intentional about planning out what we eat? It's so simple and easy. So here's an action step that you can take literally today to make a difference. Start eating 3 main meals and one high protein snack every single day. This means you don't have to start tracking. There's no stress, just a rhythm. And if you can have that rhythm, it'll make life so much easier. I promise you. Lastly, number 4, the fourth pillar of our 3F system is this: apply the 80-20 rule. Don't just think that you have to be perfect on everything you eat. Don't feel like you have to eat only whole foods. This isn't about being perfect, it's about being faithful and consistent. The word faithful, in and of itself, I believe, can correlate in so many different ways to the word consistency. Like, if someone tells me that they're faithful in their church attendance, that means I think they're going to church every Sunday. Like, every time the doors are open, they're faithful. But if they're only showing up once a month, if they're only showing up once a quarter, if they're only showing up twice a year, that's not faithful. That's just feelings. That's just emotions. That's not being faithful. So we're not looking for perfect. We're just looking for faithfulness in our eating. So we apply the 80-20 rule. What does that mean? You eat 80% whole foods, 20% processed. And when you do this, it is instantly going to be a formula for weight loss. It's instantly going to yield a great result. So what's an action step that you can take by doing this? Well, choose one meal this week to enjoy without guilt. Eat whatever you want to: pizza, tacos, ice cream. Like, go and enjoy it. Now, don't overeat. There's one thing we're not talking about in America as the church, and that's gluttony. Like, don't go and like gorge yourself. That's wrong. We shouldn't do that. But go enjoy some of that, man. Enjoy some pizza. Enjoy some tacos. I love me some Taco Bell. Go get you a chicken quesadilla, all right? Enjoy it, guilt-free. However, the other percent of that, 80% of the time, eat with intentionality. Eat on purpose. So go sit down, pray, enjoy that meal, and then move on. Rinse, repeat. So take these 4 structures, right, for our 3F framework. Reframe your mindset, calculate your real calorie needs, follow a flexible meal structure, and apply the 80-20 rule. Because that's how you really win. And that's why I really need to say this. We got to be real here. This isn't about losing 25 pounds. This isn't about losing 15 pounds. This isn't about losing 35 pounds. That's just surface level. The real win is for you to build a new identity rooted in discipline. The real win is for you to gain confidence that doesn't come from abs, but alignment and structure and self-control. The real win is you stop hiding behind baggy t-shirts and ducking out of family photos because you don't want to be seen. The real win is you step into leadership, not just at work and church, but at the home, as a father, as a brother, as a leader. One of my clients specifically told me that this has helped him grow in his confidence more than he ever has in his entire life. And that's What it's really about is you stepping into the boldness and the confidence of who you're supposed to be as a man of God. Like, yes, losing the weight is cool, but I'm way more intentional and desiring for you to open your eyes up and see what you can do with your body. You can also do in your spiritual life. Like, you can look in the mirror and, yeah, you see a guy that is put in discipline, put in work, and is taking care of this temple, but you also see through the lamp of the eye of the soul that you see there's a man of God that is taking things into his hands and saying, I can do this with God's help. 2 Timothy 1:7 says this, for God gave us not a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and self-control. You got everything that you need. And I'm just here to show you how to use it. God gave you the Holy Spirit. If you are a Christian and you say it like you gave your life to Jesus, you said the prayer and you say, God, I give my life to you, and you meant it. You're not just saying a prayer because you want to repeat it and you just want to go to heaven for free card. Like you're trying your best right now. That means the Holy Spirit is inside of you. God has already equipped you for everything that you need. But sometimes you just need somebody to fit all the pieces together so that you can see the full picture. And that's exactly what I'm here for. I want you guys to meet my first ever student, Anthony Sabo. He's actually done an amazing, amazing job, consistent across the board for a long time. Ebbs, flows, ups, downs, plateaus, and all that. We've been through it all together, and he is absolutely killing it. This is his before and after progress photo, and he is doing amazing. You guys can sort of see over here, he has some love handles that was over the side of his pants, and now as you can see, he's got this taper with the V. He's got the core coming through, the pecs are popping, the arms, as you guys can see, are toned down. Right here, he doesn't have as much definition, but man, it's cut. Look at that shoulder. He's got some better definition right there in the top of his shoulders. Like, he is absolutely killing it, and he's not doing that much different than what he was doing before. As a matter of fact, what he told me was he lost 15 pounds while eating cookies and ice cream and donuts, all because he learned how to eat. He learned through the program of Temple Training Fitness how he was able to do things. One thing he said is, once I realized how much I was overeating, it was tough, but now I know exactly what to do and how to do it. I even eat cookies and ice cream, and I still get to lose the weight. One fun fact about Anthony is he's actually training now. He didn't just get to his goal weight and then end it. He then got another goal, and now he's going after this thing called the 1000s Club, which means that you can lift 1,000 pounds across your squat, your bench press, and your deadlift. So that's like 300 plus pounds on each one of those. And he is so close to it. And that's something that we don't talk a lot about in fitness and weight loss, and honestly in our goals in life. I believe sometimes we get so narrow focused that we don't think about the full picture. Is this is such a small stepping stone. It looks big, but honestly what weight loss is it's a key to unlock your next goal. It's a key to unlock new strength. It's a key to unlock that next step into becoming more of a man. And it's super cool because Anthony started off by saying, I just want to lose the weight and I want to do more like hypertrophy. He wanted to look good, but he also wanted to keep some strength, right? But then after he hit his goal, his desire, he's like, it's not just a scale number that I'm going after anymore. I'm going after raw strength, but I also want to look good too. So he's doing amazing. And he just continued with us through the process, and he's still in temple training to this day. So that's Anthony's story, and it's actually one of the smaller transformations. Let's go ahead and hop over and talk about our second testimony. So this is another one of my students, Jacob Suddeth, and as you guys can see from the picture, he has lost a lot of weight. From picture one to picture two, he has done an amazing job. 20 plus pounds losing him, like amazing job. And as we were sitting back talking, I actually sent him a text later on. About 2 weeks into the program, I sent him a follow-up text, and we were just chatting back and forth. And I was like, yo, how's the weight loss going? He says, oh, I'm up 10 now. I'm like, up 10. Wait, hold up. Emma's like, you mean down 10 pounds? Right? And he's like, yeah, I'm actually down 10 pounds. That's awesome. And super great. And here's the crazy thing. Like, I want to highlight this. He was doing a very relaxed temple training program, as in, like, the way me and him explained it was this: like, you know how you go out and you eat a meal and it's like, that's just dirty. It's a dirty meal. Like, like that meal is not healthy for you. Still having dirty meals, right? Like, he was having those meals where, like, he indulged himself, like ordering half the menu at Taco Bell, like just, and he was okay with it. I was okay with it, like, because you gotta do that every now and then. But he was not like, he was consistent with keeping up with what he needed to do, but it was also to a point where it wasn't always the best choices. And even doing that, he lost 10 pounds in 2 months. Very sustainable. And he was able to enjoy the foods he loves and not have to give anything up. One of the things he said was that I didn't realize how simple it would be. Once I understood what I was eating and how it affected me, the way to accomplish my goal was very clear. So, how do I help guys like Anthony and Jacob actually get results that last? Because inside of temple training, we're not just here for weight loss, we're here for transformation by renewing our minds and becoming who God's called us to be. So, how exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. Number one is you get personalized meal plans that fit your lifestyle. So there's no food guilt. You can still enjoy the foods that you love while losing the weight. You're also going to get simple 3-day workout splits. And if you want more, you can. If you want a 4-day split, go for it. But you're going to get started off with a 3-day workout split that actually works with your schedule, not against it. You're going to be getting weekly check-ins with where we talk about faith, food, and fitness, always keeping it at the forefront of your mind so you remember and can retain what your goal is. Because your physical health and your spiritual walk go hand in hand. So keeping them together at the forefront of your mind is so, so crucial and important. It's exactly what we do here at Temple Training Fitness. You're going to get unlimited support from me directly. Like, when you've got a question, I'm here for you. You're not going to be alone. You're not going to be left in the dark. You're not going to be, I'm not going to tell you to go figure it out on your own. I will help you so that you don't have to worry about finding all this information, finding all the answers. I've already found it, and I want to help you get to where you need to be as fast as you can, right? And lastly, you're going to also be part of a community of like-minded Christian men who are desiring to better their bodies, their minds, and their lives for the Lord. And best of all, I back it up with a 100% guarantee. What exactly does that mean? If you follow the plan, and I see that you're putting in work, and you don't get the results that we initially talk about, I will work with you for free until you do. You're not doing this alone anymore. We got this. If you've made it this far, one thing is very clear. You're not just interested in change, you're ready for it. As a matter of fact, I know that is so true because something on the inside of you right now is saying, yep, that's me. I need this change. I want this change. So here's what's next for you. Click the link in the description of this video below and go ahead and sign up for a free call with me so that we can talk. What we're going to talk about is where you are right now. Like, where are you? What's going on? How's life? How can I encourage you in the Lord? What's been holding you back, both spiritually and physically? And exactly what needs to happen next to get the results that you want? Look, no pressure, just a simple call where we have a real conversation about what your goals are and whether the 3F framework is a good fit for you. So if you're tired of spinning your wheels and you want a proven plan with faith at the center, and you want to please God with this body and with this mind, don't wait. Go ahead and click the link, book your spot, and let's work together. God bless, and I will see you in the next video.